Welcome to the final Hurricane Irma update. It's been 2 weeks now that we've been providing updates. I think we've had 12 updates on what's going on at the club with the recovery efforts post Hurricane Irma. So we thought we'd do this last update as a video, specifically to thank the membership for their understanding and cooperation, as well as, of course, the team members. Before we do that, I want to talk about operations a little bit. As far as the golf course goes, we have that opening this Wednesday. That is the 27th, and the course is going to open, but we are going to have a lot of work to do on the course in the coming weeks, actually the coming months. So just please keep that in mind when you're out there. There's a lot of work to be done on the wooded areas and the preserves. So if you hit it out of the fairway, you may just want to leave that ball alone. We got to keep things on the fairway because there's loose limbs, trees that may need to be taken down and so forth. Like I said, that work's going to go on for the next couple of months. Again, the course is going to open on Wednesday, but please keep in mind that we have a lot of work to do, and a lot of the detailed work that we typically have done is not going to be done at this time. So we really, the idea was to get the golf course open and the members back into a routine, to some semblance of normalcy. But please keep that in mind, as we won't have the course quite to the condition that we would normally want it to be. As far as other departments, fitness and pool, those were up and operational shortly after the storm. So those continue to run. The tennis courts, court 5, did sustain a fair amount of damage, and that remains closed. Courts 1 through 4, we were able to add some clay and make those playable. We already did have a maintenance laser leveling of the tennis courts planned for the beginning of October. So that is going to go, hopefully as planned, from October 3rd through the 7th. And so we'll have to shut down the courts at that time. But in the meantime, we do have 4 courts open. And then after that project is completed, we'll have the courts, all 5 courts, back up and operational. From food and beverage, things are getting back to normal. We had a cocktail party last week, a post-Irma kind of celebration for those that were here. Thank you all for going. I think we had close to 200 members in attendance. So that was a nice way to kick off opening the food and beverage operations back at the club. We're back on our regular dining schedule, so please come join us for lunch. We're available for the lunch every day in the grill room, as well as dinner 3 nights a week. And additionally, we have now, with October just around the corner, the bistro opening. So we're excited about that. You'll receive separate dedicated emails pertaining to that topic. And operationally, the gatehouses. Just want to commend Kathleen for her work. She was here. She was actually here staying on property in someone's unit during the storm. So really it helped us in the recovery efforts immediately after. In fact, we had both gatehouses fully operational, or manned I should say, within about 36 hours after the passing of the storm. And as we look around town, a number of communities were not back online for 1 to 2 weeks after the storm. So kudos to Kathleen and her team. We have phones back up online at the gatehouses. We're still having an internet issue at the Immokalee gate, so you'll see the Immokalee member gate is still coned off. So we're working to get that fully operational. And while I'm thanking the team, I certainly have a lot of people to thank, and I don't want to forget anyone, but I know, Mark and his crew have done a heck of a job trying to get the common areas cleaned up first, and now working on the golf course. So kudos to Mark. They're working 7 days a week, 10, 12-hour days, and along with all the personal things that they have to deal with at home. So that's awesome. Food and beverage, they were back on site within just a few days after the storm passing. In fact, we had a lot of the food and beverage staff back doing cleaning windows, putting furniture back out, and this is probably 2-3 days before we even had power at the clubhouse, just so that we could get things up and operational as quick as possible after we received power and the all clear on clean water. So kudos to them. Golf shop, and we had the golf shop open the day after we received power to answer calls for the members. The admin team, Katie, Amy, everyone's just been so helpful, and I want to thank all of them. And of course, Kevin and Jeff in tennis and fitness. I also want to thank the members, because not only the understanding as we've been going through all this, but the generosity. We put an email out on Friday, I think it was, for anything that we could take in the way of donations for the employees, for the staff that were hit hard by Irma. And we had just an amazing outpouring of donations. In fact, we've had members give monetary donations, and we are set up to accept that now. It could be cash, it can be a check, which would be payable to Stonebridge Country Club. It could be even through a member charge, we could charge it through. So if you choose to do that, certainly just let myself know with an email or something, and we can get that set up. But the generosity has been amazing, and it's very much appreciated. We're doing some other things for the team members to try to get them back to some normalcy at home too, from helping them fill out forms online with FEMA or any other type of assistance. Also for full-time individuals, paying a few days worth of lost wages, part-time individuals for 1 day, just to try to help them as they try to recoup from this storm, just as our membership has. That's really that's it for this update. Any other updates in conjunction with Irma will be through our regular communications, the bridge, the voice, those type of things. But just wanted to have this as a chance to personally thank you. And also thank the board. They've been extremely supportive and helpful through this whole thing. And I'll end, just like I did with the renovation videos, with a little video clip of Emma. This one, it's hard to believe she's now 4.5, so this is her singing the Pledge of Allegiance, so I thought it would be good to end with something patriotic.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republics for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Good job.